Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. I hope you are having an amazing day, afternoon, evening, or whenever you're watching this video. I hope you have a great day. Well, today I'm coming on to tell you guys that I own a small business. I know I've never told you guys what I did for a living. I am a home daycare provider. I've been licensed for the last 5 years, and I love my job. It gives me the opportunity to be home when my son comes home. It gives me the opportunity to cook. It also gives me an extra income for the house. And I did this all by, I don't even know how it came about. I know that I was having a problem with having childcare for my son when I moved from a different state to the new state that I'm in, which is Georgia. And that's how it started. I never set out to provide childcare, but I'm glad I did. So let me just give you about a few steps on how I started. And this helped me. I am no expert. I don't This is what I did and how I became a childcare provider. The first step is, if you don't like kids or won't have any dealings with kids, or haven't been around kids in a long time, I suggest that you volunteer first, or maybe go to the library and offer to read and volunteer that way. Go to a local hospital and sit with a kid or something, or go to a child care setting and see if they will allow you to come in a couple of days a week to get familiar with the environment and the kids. And they'll like that because that's free labor for them, and then you learn a trade or learn anything that you need to know about a daycare, and you guys are both helping each other out. But please, please, please work with children first, because it is really difficult at times. And if you don't have the patience or the tolerance for kids, or if you don't have a child of your own, then definitely try and do something. Just volunteer. That's all I can say. My second tip when I started was, I had to check and see if my home, that I was able to provide childcare in my neighborhood. Where I live, we have a homeowners association, and sometimes, they have rules, and if they don't want someone coming in and out of the neighborhood, or if they see strange cars where I live, a lot of the people are retired, so they're home all the time. So I don't want to disrupt them. I don't want them to feel like people are in and out their neighborhood, or they have to report a car all the time. So make sure that your home or your area, you're allowed to do that, because that's what I did. And I also, you know what I did, once I knew I was going to be a child care provider, I went up to I think five of my neighbors, and I told them that I would be offering child care in my home, and I hope it's not a problem, or I hope you don't feel uncomfortable or anything. That's what I told them. I don't know exact words, but that's what I said to them. So make sure, I know you don't have to, but to keep the peace in the neighborhood, I think you should. That's just my opinion, and that's what I did when I opened up my child care center. Also, what you would need to do is make sure you check with your local and county child care agency, to make sure what all the licenses you need for your home, all the licenses you need just to receive your certificate of operation. Make sure that you have your CPR classes, or whatever classes they're offering. For me personally, what I did was I took a year class while I was working at a daycare center. I also did CPR classes, and an additional to anything that they were offering, I would do, because I wanted to gain as much knowledge as I was, because I knew it was just going to be me. There was no one else to help me. I don't have a worker or an aide that helps me. So I wanted to make sure I knew everything. And most times, to be honest with you, some of those classes are free. I did have to pay for the year class, but they offer payment plans, so I was able to pay for that and do all those things. But anything that they're offering, anything additional, please take it, especially if it's free. Um, Another thing is, yeah, I said take all your classes. Make your Get your home ready for inspection. Each year they come to my home and they check to see how everything is going. You have to do all that before you do that. But I'm past that stage, so when they come, you have to make sure you're in regulations, that everything is clean, the kids aren't in any hazards, or there's no problems when they come in to check. And then they grade you on that, and that's once a year. So like I said, you don't know when they're going to come, so make sure you're always on point. All your certificates are there, everything that you need is there when they come, and make sure you're always up to date with everything. Okay. What else? Another thing is, when you set up your child care center, make sure you know your hours, if you're going to go be a part-time provider or a full-time provider. My hours are from 7 to 6, and my part-time hours are the same. It's just the days that you choose, because I have two part-timers that I take care of. So make sure you have all that set up front. Like, I have an agreement with the parents. I have all the dates. Now, if I want vacation, normally you're supposed to give them 30 days, but I give them around 5 to 6 months, and then I give them reminders when it get closer to that date. I know you guys are saying, "Oh, that's too long," but for me, the parents that I of the kids I take care of, some of them are doctors, some of them are things they have to play in these things. So I feel like, for my business, I feel like I should tell them up front that I'm going to go, or at least 2 months, whatever, not 30 days. That's just me. What else? Let me see what else I wrote down. Oh, donations. When I set up my childcare facility, I only paid $100. Everything that I had or went to for my business was given to me. I didn't have to buy anything, and God, thank you, that was a blessing, because I paid for nothing. The only thing that I had to pay for was the letters that you place on the ground, because I took up some old carpet, and I added that, I put those down in the place of the carpet and the tile. So I was blessed to do that. And another tip, you can call like your old bookstores, because I love books. So you can call old bookstores and see if they have any books that they want to donate, quote unquote, or give away, or they're just tossing out, like kids books or kids worksheets. You can have them do that as well. So I did that, and I got a lot of free books. And actually, I got it from Second and Charles. And no, I'm not paid for this. I did. I call them up, and they'll see if they have something to give you, and they'll give it. And that's what I did. I also have a curriculum. I used to homeschool my son, so I have a lot of worksheets. So I make it mandatory that I give my the children that I provide my service for. I make sure that I send home schoolwork twice a week. That's my twice a week is enough for me. And we do schoolwork. Also, when it's the kid's birthday, I make sure I do a card with all the kids, and we sit down and we make a special card for that kid for his birthday, so that he can feel special. And throughout the day, one of the things that my parents tell me they absolutely love is the fact that throughout the day, we're doing something exciting, like sometimes we're outside, I'll take a picture on my cell phone and I'll send it through a text. Or we're doing a learning project, and I'll sit and I'll take a picture, and then I'll send it. Now it takes a second for me to send a picture, so no, I'm not sitting on my cell phone, or I'm not doing anything. That's just one of the things that some of the parents have told me that they really appreciate throughout the day, that their kid, they can see what their kid is doing, throughout the day. Another thing is, make sure you tell the parents exactly when the payments are due. I'm a little flexible, because I feel like sometimes when you go hard on, or you're so aggressive with the parents, you kind of turn you off. Like, I have a parent that pays every 2 weeks. I have one parent that pays every Monday, and then I have two parents that pay every Friday. So you can work with them as long as you're getting paid and you guys have an understanding, and it's written and so. Don't be so upset about it. I mean, we all have to get paid, but just don't be so, I need my money there. I need this and this. And that's not how you start a business, and that's not how you want to have a person perceive you, because 90%, 95% of my business, I didn't have to market. I didn't have to do 95% of my business. I got through word of mouth. That's how I have my clients. And another thing that is important about my daycare is when you wake up in the morning, even though it's your home and you feel comfortable in your home, don't come to the door and be like, you're not ready for work. When you come in there, like my kids come at 7 o'clock in the morning, so I'm already up because I have my kid. I'm like, hey, how you doing? Sometimes I'm so hyped up, because I want them to feel like, I'm not lagging and I'm not doing anything, that I'm there to take care of their kids and to make sure that their kid is fed, taken to the potty, learning something, sleeping, learning even more, going outside, doing whatever it is that you feel your kids should have when you drop them off to like a home away from home. That's the experience that I offer. Now, like I said, I've been doing this for 5 years. I haven't had any complaints. I haven't had anything like crazy go on, because I try to put that first, and I try to make sure that I'm representing myself, my home, my family, and making sure that their kids are getting the best care that they can get while they're there. Another thing, let's see, is make make sure that when you come, you hug on the kids when they're leaving. Make sure you say, "Oh, I'm going to be excited about seeing you tomorrow," or tell the parent or how the kid had a great day today, or even if they had a bad day that day. Just don't make it say, "Oh, they had a bad day." No, say, "We had a few incidents," and then explain some of the incidents that you guys had, and then that would be it. It's a lot of things that about a daycare, starting a business, and doing all those things that make you successful. Like, once you get all your paperwork done and your inspections and all of that done, you just make the best of what you have, and it's your business. You make the rules. You set the tone of how your business is going to be. I am so happy that I was able to have a business. I am thankful that I have this business, and it's very, very profitable for me. Very profitable for me. And it's amazing that I'm able to do something like this. So again, you can do anything that you set your mind to. You can pay off your debt, become a business owner and a child care. It's not that hard. You just have to want it and believe that you can do it, and it will be yours. So that's my experience and how I run my daycare. And this, all I've done, is nothing hard. It's no magic potions or no secret tricks. It's just hard work, discipline, and wanting to do something that's a reflection of you and what you work so hard for. So that's all I have to say, and that's my experience of opening up a home child care center. And thank you. You can leave comments too. Thanks.